everyone. Welcome to another episode of Btrust in Focus. And today with me, we have the amazing Sadiq Rabiu. Hi, Sadiq. How are you?
Hi, Paul. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You're doing good
see
too.
you.
You're looking
Yeah,
great.
bro.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, Sadiq Rabiu is currently the head of BitDevs Mauritius. So, how did we get into that?
I mean, okay. Firstly, it's curiosity. Looking at Mauritius as a continent that is very far away from Africa, mostly, but it's within Africa. So there is a huge opportunity here, and there is a huge growing community of software engineers, tech clubs and all of that. So there's not something going on really about Bitcoin. So I was like, you know what? Why not we have something going on for Bitcoin developers and everything? So I was like, yeah.
I mean, you're a Nigerian living in Mauritius. I'm sure there were some cultural shocks and some stuff that you had to face. How are you able to balance those stuff and your engagement with communities and other Bitcoiners in the space?
I mean, yeah. Firstly, curiosity is the main thing. And there are a lot of people who are curious about what Bitcoin is, how it's going to change, and what's the development part of it and everything. So, and there's a misconception here emerges that all of these things are scam because a lot of people have heard of some stories and all of that. So, coming here, getting the people on, there's a lot of barriers, but with education, putting them on, and specifically the Btrust has done significantly in bringing in Dev Day, which now has positioned us, or let me say me, to sort of like put everyone on and just tell them that, oh, this is the story behind this is what happened. And yeah, so of course there's a lot of barriers. Nigeria, so much hype, so much people adopting sort of Bitcoin and everything, but here it's low. But with the process we are taking, yeah, very much in 1 year we'll be able to do something solid.
Yeah, as in, because you just mentioned the Btrust Developer Day that happened in Mauritius, and you played a huge role in rallying local developers to come in. Like, what worked best in trying to get these people to come on board? How did you do it?
Okay, yes. At first, I was like, okay, what's going on? We need to do something. And I was like, how do we get students? Because basically, those are the most people we can reach out to, because there are a lot of working class people in Mauritius, and there are a lot of villages around, and it's very hard to move around in Mauritius. So I was like, okay, let's just do something like an open booth in those universities where we introduce the students about Bitcoin, about Dev Day, Btrust, and everything. And I was like, you know what? It's not going to be it's going to be developer centric, but I want you guys to be curious to know what it is. So just come in. After we can have like the next BitDevs, we're going to BitDevs Mauritius, we're going to talk about what you've seen, why you're curious to go to the Dev Day, and of course, so just having an open booth, having guys come in, ask questions, answer them, and give them the more reasons why they should come to Dev Day. And of course, with that, we're able to like have a huge number of crowd folks who wanted to come to the Dev Day. Sure.
I mean, this is not the first time you and I actually saying, but we met because we had this huge conference in Kaduna. I think it's Kaduna.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kaduna.
But I think one of the core differences is that there's a way you position these conferences that make them seem a lot more impactful.
Yeah.
And is there like a secret sauce, or how do you position this conference in such a way that these developer gatherings have a lot more sustenance and it's not just about hype?
Yeah, that's the first thing. It's not about hype. It's about you being curious to what is going to happen there. So don't let the barrier of it's core, it's Bitcoin development, it's whatever you know. Just be open to go and see. You understand? Because there is a culture here that I don't know, so I'm not going to check it. You know. So if it interests me, then I'll check it. So go, and then. Honestly, I had a lot of feedbacks that, oh, I'm glad I was there. I was really happy that you make the path for me to go there. So it's not like just be curious and then it will find you wherever you are.
BitDevs Mauritius is relatively young.
Yeah.
I mean, are you guys up to a year?
I mean, we're just a few months.
So, but in just a few months, I could say, I would hope that there's been something that has been happening, or something that has happened that has made you feel like, okay, I am this is the right track, this is the right decision that we're making. Could you share one of the stories with us or situation?
Yes. So one of the first thing that makes me feel like I'm making the right decisions was speaking to like Middlesex University, and they're like, oh yes, we are open to this and we are really happy that you're doing this. And I keep having emails on different advisors, student advisors, that, oh, when are you doing this? When is this going to happen? And all. I was like, oh, I'm doing it right. So I was like, okay, you know what? We are just going to this part. Even if I don't know what's happening, let's go.
Let's go. I mean, it's crazy because I, for one, this is my first time in the country of Mauritius, and it sometimes feels like it is not African. And to be building a BitDev Mauritius sometimes feels like it's just building outside of the ecosystem. But I don't know if you've interacted with other BitDev communities across Africa, and how do you see this relationship forming across board?
I mean, BitDevs is sort of like a global thing, and there's a global community, especially that the BitDevs have like this Socratic kind of meeting where it's, So that actually even helped a lot, because when we have these BitDevs, we just discuss in an open space. You know, you can just ask, and that makes spark the curiosity where, oh, so this is how this works.
Yes.
So how do I know about us? Like, you know, just let's just keep in touch. You come every month, we meet, and then we can actually go in the process. If you don't understand, we're here. There's a whole there's a whole community, you know, that can answer so many questions that you have. So just keep being curious and then keep pushing.
I mean, to be only a few months old and to have handled the developer day at such excellence at which you did, only goes to show that there's so much to do. And that actually leads me to our final question. What's next for BitDev Mauritius? Because, I mean, there's a lot to be done. Are there any things in the pipeline we should look out for? Do you want to keep some secrets? Like, what's next for BitDev Mauritius?
Okay, the only thing I'll say is that the next thing is not just going to be BitDevs, but Mauritius is going to change significantly when it's going to Bitcoin adoption and Bitcoin engineering and whatever, because we have a lot of engineers here, like doing very good things. And some guys that have been contributing in open source, and luckily for them, and unfortunately for them, they have not contributed in any of those things. And I was like, you know what? This is like what you have done so far. It's like a good work that when you just plug it into this Bitcoin engineering part, there's a whole lot of opportunity waiting for you at the end of the day. And yeah, we had some few discussions, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we're going to do it. So I believe by next year, it's going to change in Mauritius, from having an off-ramp to on-ramp systems, startups, to having and we're working on like the Bitcoin annual conference in Mauritius as well, which is going to happen every year.
Oh, nice.
There's going to be a lot from next year. I mean, the goal is to sort of position Mauritius as the El Salvador of Africa.
Of Africa. Wow, that's a huge goal, to position Mauritius as the El Salvador of Africa. And I honestly can't wait for that to happen. And I can't wait for it to actually happen. So, ladies and gentlemen,
it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
I mean, it's definitely going to happen with you at the leadership.
It's not just me at the leadership role; it's for the community. So it's just, you know, put it in, pick it up, whatever you are, Mauritius. Then,
if there's anything you can count on, you can count on the fact that Bitcoiners are always ready and willing to support. So we can't wait for that to happen. And with that, we've come to the end of this interview. Thank you so much, Sadiq, for having this interview with us. Until we see you next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful time.